Yes, yes, yes. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Ooh, this hair just doing this own thing, honey, today. We have so much to talk about, you guys. So much. So much to talk about. We definitely have to make this thing happen. Come on in, you guys. Come on in. We're going to talk about credit, PPP. We're going to talk about how we can get this credit restored and get the things that we want in life. And we know that it's not all about materialistic things. However, materialistic things are good, just like money is good too. You be able to do what you want to do with your own credit, being who you are. You don't have to go around here trying to be somebody else, be somebody that we're not. So I'm all with it. I'm with it, with it, with it. We're going to talk about how we can start our own businesses. We're going to talk about the credit pie. And this credit pie is so important, but we're going to get to that. We're going to talk about that. It's so much to talk about. So just hold on a second. Let me see what time it is. I'm on my other phone now. Oh. Okay, it's 7:08. I'm gonna give it 2 more minutes and then we're gonna just get started. Like I always tell people, I don't care if it's one person in or two people in or even no one in. Information is still good. You can go back and listen to it and you can see what's going on. So we're gonna definitely keep that moving. Let me take this earpiece out. Yeah. Okay. I feel good. How you guys feel out there? I hope you feel good today. I feel real good. Viewers, okay. I'm just trying to. I'm not. I'm not gonna do it then yet. Yeah. Keep trying. Okay. Let's go ahead and get started because I don't want to leave people waiting too long. So, hey, tonight we're going to talk about this thing called the credit pie. Okay? And then we're going to have Crypto Quavo to come on. And I'm going to tell you a little about Crypto Quavo. I've been knowing Quavo's heart for, he was a little baby boy, running around and around the neighborhood just terrorizing everything. But one thing about him, I noticed that growing up, being into the young man he's grown up to be, and he has really drilled in on his Bitcoin. He's really pushed it. He's really pushed it to a point where he saw his dreams. He went after it. He didn't let nothing stop him. He'll call me sometimes, ask me questions. Hey, what do I need to do for this? What do I need to do for that? And I was like, do this, and this. And I always tell my clients, if you listen to me, I can get you where you need to go or where you need to be. But if you don't listen to me, then there's nothing I can say. There's nothing I can say nor do at this point. So all I can say, Ray-Ban, Nessa, okay, how you doing today? There's one thing that I always say, with him, he kept it going. He fulfills his dreams, and that's what doing all of this is all about. Is fulfilling your dreams and the things that you want to do in life. Now, nothing is going to come easy. So if you're really ready for something to come to you so easy, and that's what you're going to do, is just sit back and wait on it to come to you, it's not going to happen. Believers. So if you are a believer and you believe in God, and if you're going by what the good book says, then he said, if I make one step, he'll make two. So if you don't never step, how is he going to help you at all? So if you don't ask, and it will not be given. If you don't knock, no doors will be open. So knocking ain't just going to a door, just saying, hey, would you let me in? No, knocking doors down is making moves, being prepared, moving forward, doing the things that you need to do to get where you need to go. That's what that's all about. And when it came down to reaching out to Cuevas, and we decided, hey, let's do this. So now we're here. We're going to get it done. But I'm going to speak to you a little bit about the types of credit that you need to pay attention to. And I got a little thing this time. I don't know if it's probably backwards. You probably can't see it. It's called the credit pie. And the credit pie, I'm not tech savvy, so I print sheets, honey. Yes, but that's okay. But you know exactly what I'm talking about. So we're going to talk about the different percentages, of how much and what response of anything is at this point. Okay. Again, let me tell you, there are certain parts of your credit score, of your credit, that you need to pay attention to. Okay. So this is a session where we're going to restore the credit, to restore our lifestyles. And when we get to the lifestyle part of this, and then I'm going to bring on Quavo so he can talk to you guys and all the other people that's going to come in. So tag somebody, as they say, share the love, tag somebody. This is good information, you guys. And I'm bringing it to you from the heart. So we got things we have to do. Okay, first and foremost, the types of credit that we have on our profile. This is the types of credit, new credit, okay? How new credit will affect your credit score, and then the length of credit history that you have on your credit profile, and then amounts owed on your profile, okay? Amounts owed on your profile, and then your payment history on your profile, okay? All these have certain percentages, okay? And the largest one is payment history, okay? Your payment history on your profile is so important. So if there's a whole bunch of lates on your profile, it will affect you. Late is about the worst thing you could ever have on your credit profile. Okay, and let me explain. Hey, Rosalind, let me explain. Okay, if you get a late on your credit profile, what happens is, if you pay good for the last year, let's say you're getting ready to purchase a home, you pay good for the year before that, but starting in the next year, you're gonna purchase a home, but you were late, like mid of the year of you gonna purchase. Guess what? It starts over. You actually have to start over and have 12-month good paying history all over again. So you actually start over, and you don't want to do that. You start over. So when I say start over, that means that you have to start paying on time for 12 months before they will consider you. Now, lenders will look at, unless you have a legitimate reason of why you were late, okay? Not just because. You have to have a legitimate reason of why you were late on that. And that is 35%. Your history is 35%. That's why when you see that you was late on something, it's going to be about 30, 40 points, sometimes 50 points. If you're late on something, depending on the institution and what it is on your credit, okay? So it's very, very important that you do pay your payments on time. Now we go to the amount owed, which is, let's say for instance, you get a loan, and the loan is $5,000, and you owe $5,000. That means that you're $5,000 in debt. So when you get a car and you're $28,000, it's good that you got the car. Now there's several things that have went in this process, and those things are going to be your credit was pulled, so it's new credit, okay, and that's going to take 10%. Now you got a whole loan which is going to take up 30%. So we're looking at 40% now. Okay. And you haven't paid a dime on it. So what's that's going to do to your credit score? That's going to make your credit score go down. So you go get a car that's debt, $20,000. Now you have $20,000 of debt that you do have, unless you switch it over and make it an asset. But that's a whole nother story for another day. So now you got the amount owed. So you got $20,000 that you owe now on a car. But that's paid monthly. So when is your score going to go up? When you start paying on that, at least 3 to 6 months, you'll start seeing an up going, because now you've paid a pretty good bit of your loan down. So the more you pay down, the higher your score is going to be. Okay? And the longer you pay on time, the higher the score is going to be, because at this point, you're doing two things as well. You're gaining payment history and your own time. Okay? Your own time. And it's not, it depreciates of being a new account. Now it's more of an older account. Got me? Now it's an older account. Now you're moving forward. Okay? So those are the importance of that. Now the payment history is 35%. The amount owed is 30%. So we're looking at 65% of your credit score. That's the bulk of your credit score. Okay? So then you got the length of the history. Now you got actually three things going on. You got a new account. The history is not so good. So now that's 15%. So you got 45 plus 15, that's 55%. Okay. Now you got 55%. And then the payment history, you don't have any. So it affects your whole, pretty much your profile overall, because when people think just one thing will happen. No, when you go in and you apply for credit, several things happen at one time. Your payment history, which is 0, and then your amount, which is going to be maxed because you're just now getting the account. And then it's a new account, which is going to be 10% of your, now your credit score is going to go down for that. And then the length of it, you don't have any. It's a 0 at this point. So, and then it's the type of credit that you have. So if you got a loan, it's one thing. If you got a credit card, it's another, because you start paying on the credit card real quickly. But to pay on a loan, they may give you a month before you start paying on that actual account. So that right there, it takes away and it puts ahead. Okay? All right. All right. So see the amount owed. So you got $20,000. You owe that amount. That whole amount, like that whole amount, 20,000, and your score won't go back up until you start paying on it. Just to let you know that again, your score will not increase until you start paying on that account. Now, if your end goal after credit restoration is to purchase a home, you do not want to go out and buy a car. You do not want to go out and buy a motorcycle. You don't want to really do anything with your credit for at least 3 months before, or prep before. Okay, I would say 3 to 6 months before. Just try to get it right at that point. Don't start pulling your credit to try to get credit when you're trying to purchase a home. Always don't, because that's going to cause inquiries, and too many inquiries, they're looking at you fishing for money, or you trying to get something, which is going to cause you more pain and more hurt at this point. So you don't want to do anything like that. So if you're trying to purchase a home or even refinance your home, if you want to do any of that, you really need to not do anything with your credit at least 3 months before. Okay, and that will give yourself enough time. You got to see what's going on with your credit, see how is it going, because if they pull your credit, the mortgage company is going to pull your credit, and when they pull your credit and they see all these inquiries, those things have to come off, and especially in a month's time. So usually when you go out to purchase a car, if you go to the dealership, you're going to have at least about 30 inquiries. I would say 10 or more, or 20 or more inquiries on your credit going to a dealership. Okay, you don't need to go to a dealership to purchase a car. You need to actually go to a credit union or go to your bank first to see how much car you can afford.